Hi, I'm Victoria. Today I'm here at the Long Island Reptile Expo. Let's see some of the amazing reptiles they have here. Can you tell me your names?
My name is Charles. Christopher. Luke.
And what did you get today?
I got a poisonous frog, but they're only poisoned in the wild. The same as them, except it's orange. Leopard gecko.
That's really cool. Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
And what are you going to name them?
Mine I already named. His name is Tommy. Thomas. And Minnie.
Well, thank you so much, and have a lot of fun with them, okay? So can you tell me a little bit more about this animal?
This is a female, this is a female translucent citrus leatherback bearded dragon. She was bred by a friend of mine. She's approximately about 6-7 months old, and she's used to being handled. She loves just coming out and sitting on people. She's a good eater. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorites. I'll be sad when she goes.
Aww, yeah. She's so beautiful.
She is very beautiful, and you can see the difference. Like translucent bearded dragons have jet black eyes, and they're kind of almost transparent on their little bellies and their beards. So the translucents are one of my favorites, and I love the oranges and the yellows because it kind of reminds me of a sunset.
Yeah.
So she's real pretty. She's one of the nicest ones.
Yeah. Hi, can you tell me your name?
My name is Mike Curtin with Scattershot Exotics.
And can you tell me a little bit about the snake that we have here?
Her name's Delia. She's a jungle carpet python. We purchased her in 2004 as a yearling. So she's about 13 years old. She's had a lot of babies. She produces a lot of other jungle carpet pythons. Her last clutch was 31 eggs for 2014, which is definitely a lot of babies. She's like I said, a jungle carpet python. She's a particularly large one too.
And are they easy to take care of?
They're pretty easy to care for. As long as you give them what they need. They eat about every 2 weeks. All right. You want to make sure you don't feed them prey items that are too large. Make sure they have plenty of water, moderate humidity. All right, and make sure that you keep them a little bit on the moist side every time they're going into a shed. You know, temperature ranges from about 86 on the hot side to about the mid 70s on the cool side.
And what's your favorite kind of snake?
They're probably one of them. The jungle carpets are a lot of fun. I also keep a lot of jaguar carpets. Carpet pythons are kind of a little addiction of mine. I keep a lot of the Australian stuff I really like.
And why do you like snakes?
Always been fascinated by them since I was a little kid. Just super fascinated, and just the way they move, the way they smell. There's so many different varieties. It's just they've kept me interested for a long time.
And what's the easiest? Well, what snake is the easiest to take care of?
The easiest snake to take care of is the snake you are most passionate about. Okay, so if you're talking about somebody getting a beginner snake or a snake that they think is going to be really easy to care for, the easiest snake to care for is one that you're so interested in and so intrigued with that you want to learn as much about that snake as you can, and that way you're going to give that snake the best care that you can. Some of the snakes that you want to avoid early on is, of course, any venomous stuff, any of the stuff that's going to get real giant, and some of the arboreal stuff, the green tree pythons, emerald tree boas. They're a little bit more sensitive to errors early on, but beyond that, you just want to stick with what you're really passionate about.
And what's your goal here today?
Just to hang out, meet people, sell some snakes. You know, I was hoping to hang with my wife today, but babysitter was a little late getting there, so I'm on my own. But just hang out with other reptile people.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, and what's your name?
Adam Harris.
And what company? And what's the name of your company?
The name of our company is Harris in Wonderland.
And why do you pick that name?
That's a good question. My father actually came up with that name for our business a long time ago. He started a business back in the 1950s, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we just kept that name. It was kind of unique, kind of, you think of it and sticks with us.
And why do you like snakes?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. They're very unique creatures. They're very different. Of a lot of different types of animals out there. They just have such unique characteristics. There's a lot of different colors of them, and they're fairly easy to maintain in captivity. So they have a lot of redeeming qualities. And for anybody who may be allergic to something, it might be something that they would be able to keep in where you couldn't keep a hamster or a cat or something like that.
And what's your favorite kind of snake?
Ooh, man, you got some good questions. My favorite kind of snake. I really, really like Rhino Rat Snakes, which is an Asian rat snake that's all green with this little process that comes off of its nose to give it the name Rhino Rat Snake. I think they're really, really super cool.
And why do you like them?
They're just a really fascinating kind of a thing, and they're pretty easy to keep. They're like a corn snake, basically, as far as their care. But they've got a very intelligent look. They look like they're looking right back at you when you're looking at them.
Yeah.
They're kind of fun, and they're fun to breed and watch. One other thing that's really cool about them is their color changes as they grow. Yeah, when they're born, they're like a silvery gray color, and as they grow, they get greener and greener until they're bright green as an adult.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And what's their diet?
Their diet is just mice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just appropriately sized rodents.
So why is it part of that? Why is part of it white and part of it black and brownish orange?
Yeah, this is a naturally occurring color phase that it's a pied, and a lot of things come in pied. Like you can find pied crows and pied deer and things like that. So it's a thing that crops up kind of like albinism crops up in certain animals, and it just happened to crop up in ball pythons, and that's the effect that it has.
Can you tell me a little bit about this snake?
This particular snake? This snake is a boy. This was a baby that was hatched out at the end of last year. And one of the things that aside from having this cool white patch on them, it makes a really interesting pattern on them as well. So it makes a unique pattern on every single snake. Every single one of them is different. So they come out looking pretty cool. And he's got a white belly too. I think his belly's kind of nice.
And is their diet mice as well?
Yep.
And what is your goal here today?
My goal here is to educate people about proper care of the things that they are interested in buying. So when somebody is interested in buying a snake, we can have a conversation right here as far as this unique snake or this particular snake and its care and things like that, rather than having people rely on maybe the internet or something that they could find misinformation at, possibly. So it's nice at these venues to be able to talk to somebody one-on-one about the specific care of the snake or other animal that they're interested in buying.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Dominic.
Can you tell me a little bit about the different geckos we have here?
Oh yeah, we got leopard geckos, crested geckos down there. We have some tangerine albino fat-tailed geckos from Africa, different species.
And what makes them all different?
They're from different parts of the world. They take different care to take care of them. Like the crested geckos are from New Caledonia. They like it a lot cooler. They don't need any lighting or anything. As opposed to like a day gecko would need lighting, UV lighting, but they don't. They're crepuscular or nocturnal. That's when they're active. They don't really eat too many insects. They will. I feed mine insects too, but they also eat a dry diet, like rapashi or Pangea, mix it with water, put it in the cage, which is a lot easier for certain people to maintain as a pet, as opposed to like a leopard gecko that needs live food, insects, and stuff like that.
And what's your favorite kind of gecko?
I like the cresteds. I love the cresteds. Easy to take care of. Yeah, make a great pet, I think, for a kid.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hello, and what is your name?
My name's Joe.
Hi, and what are you doing here today?
We are selling our snakes.
And what kind of snake is this?
This is a ball python. It's a super pastel.
Can you tell me a little bit about this snake?
This is one of the first morphs that was ever discovered. This is actually the first one that I ever created myself. These guys are great pets. They get to be about a little over 3 feet long. They're obviously very docile. They're easy to hold. Anybody can hold them. They're my favorite.
What's your goal here today?
Today was to try to. We love this. This is a hobby that we do. So we like to sell them and breed them and then get more, which we did today. We got more than we sold today.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's been a great day here at the Long Island Reptile Expo. I hope to come back next year.